is what we talked about 2 days ago. Asking the right questions in order for you to get the right answers, right? And then we talked about not reinventing the wheel and how we spend so much time trying to figure things out because we're afraid to ask somebody, right? We don't want to feel like we're going to be judged by someone else because we asked a question, but we're wasting more time, adding more stress by reinventing the wheel. So if you missed that, make sure you go back and catch any of those previous videos so that you can catch up, because intentional living, my book, is not called intentional living for nothing. It wasn't just for fun, right? So these principles are aligned in a particular order of which that I recommend you to follow them, right? So these are principles that are going to progressively get you towards increasing your productivity while maintaining peace of mind. So if you've joined thus far, make sure that you give me some heart love, give me a thumbs up, say hello, let me know you're out there, share this out. Please share this out, because I know that this is going to be a benefit not only to you, but your friends, your family, your enemies, everybody, right? And it's not, nice of you to just be stingy with all this good information. You can't be stingy. Hey, Emily, thanks for the hard love. Okay, so now we are still in Don't Fail to Plan, that section, section 2. However, we're on principle 10, which is master one task at a time. Now, this is one that's really true and dear and near to my heart, simply because I struggled with focusing at one point in my life, right? I wanted to do so many different things because I guess I just felt like I was going to run out of time. I don't know. I just wanted to implement everything that I thought about immediately. Even though I did some research, even though I did some planning, I didn't get into the phase of where I was, in the, what do they call it, analysis paralysis stage, right? I would think about it, plan it, and I got to act, right? Whereas some people, they may never plan, but they just act, or others, they just continue to plan and just never act. So you want to make sure that you have a healthy balance, so to say, in your actions and those things that you commit to, so that you can make sure that you maintain your productivity, right? So when we talk about mastering many things, if you have so many things going on, chances are you aren't mastering them. So that's the first thing, right? So when I talk about making sure that you master one task at a time, that's because you will be able to put 100% focused, 100% effort into that thing and master it, right? Whereas if you have many things going on, you're like an octopus. You got your hands, both of your hands in different directions, both of your feet in different directions, your eyes going everywhere. So you don't have a true line of sight, right? Of focus, so that you can truly get to the nitty gritty of whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. So if you are, if you're in college and you're trying to accomplish a degree, right? So you don't want to, as soon as you jump into that, you don't want to starting a business here, get a job here. People do it, right? Some people are successful at it. But for the most part, you want to make sure that you master that one thing first, and then you start building upon that. One of my coaches, which I love to refer back to, me being coached as well, just because I'm a coach doesn't mean that I don't have a coach, right? I wouldn't tell you to do something that I don't do myself. So we all need coaches. And I even mentioned before how Oprah even mentioned that she has coaches for various parts of her life, various aspects of her life. And she invests in those people because she knows that she owns that time. And I do the same, right? So this is not, me reinventing the wheel. I live up to my word, as I told you in principle. I think that was yesterday, not reinventing the wheel, right? So I know there are some experts out there that have done things that I have in my mind to achieve. So I know how to leverage those resources and get what it is that I need. But so back to the point of my coach, one of my previous coaches, I may have even been one of my first coaches, that told me that I just can't help but to do stuff, right? And that was true. I couldn't deny it. Right. So as soon as I hear an idea, or I knew of a new certification or whatever it is, I'm ready to pounce on it. I'm ready to get it done. Oh, that sounds perfect. I can do that with this. And you already have in my mind what I want to do with it. But I wasn't truly focused on completion of whatever it is that I had in progress already. So in doing that, I found myself having a lot of things going on at once, but not really feeling progressive or productive, right? So then I start to feel overwhelmed and not achieved, right? I felt like I wasn't being a success because I had so many things that were like, the can was open, but I never poured the peas out and put them on the stove, got them boiling so that I can eat it, right? So we can't just open cans and have all these different, veggies laying around on the cabinet. Weeks pass, months pass. It starts to stink, right? So goes it with your life and your aspirations, right? If you start so many different things and just leave it open, it starts to stink. In other words, it starts to cause stress for you. It starts to cause overwhelm, right? It starts to get in the way of other things that you're trying to achieve. So it's important for you to get really clear about what it is that your end result is, which again, something that we talked about before. As I told you, these principles are building upon one another. So there's a purpose in all of these discussions, all of these principles as we continue through these 30 days, right? Know that. Keep notes. Make sure that you are taking your notes, and hopefully you're taking your notes in the book, because there are productivity ponders after each principle. I got to keep reminding you of that, because this is all about action, not just being busy, but to have actual productive actions in place that are consistent, right? Consistently getting you towards that end result that you have in mind, right? Hey, Angela, thanks for joining. I saw you caught the replay the other day as well. Thank you for tuning in. So with that, I'm encouraging you to step away, right? If you got a lot going on and you feel like you're spinning your wheels and you're not being productive, take a moment, right? I said Sundays are good, at least for me. They're good, right? They're good days to have a moment to really reassess and plan for your week instead of you just walking into Monday. Most often people are so, they have a grudge against Monday. I mean, to me, Monday is just another opportunity for me to be great. Right? That is if I've set my plans before. But if I wake up wondering what is the day going to bring to me, then you may have an issue. But instead, if you plan for your week, if you plan for your days, then you're waking up saying, this is what I'm bringing to the day. Right? So you take control of your day, and you're not waiting on someone else or something else to drive the direction of your day. Hey, Felicia. Thanks for joining, love, and thanks for the heart. So if you are tuning in, make sure that you are sharing this out. You're saying hello, giving me a thumbs up, a heart, love, anything. If you hear me say something that's an aha, if you agree, talk to me. I see some folks are out there, and you are posting, so I appreciate that. Marlon, I'm just now seeing your post. Yeah, you better share, because I will check you. So make sure you share this out, as I say, to your friends, your family, your uncle, your cousins, and your enemies. Share it out to everybody. Everybody needs a little love, right? So with that, today's topic again was master one task at a time. So really reassess everything that you've got going on and identify what it is that's very important. What's something that you need to figure out and get it done sooner rather than later. And I think in a later principle, we're going to talk about emergencies versus important activities versus urgent activities, because we really got to get clear on what's urgent, what's important, because we kind of get distracted there and we think everything's a fire drill, and then we really go crazy, right? We start a fire because we think that everything has to be done right now and everything has to be touched by me. I'm out of breath just saying that. So we just get overwhelmed. We put all this pressure on ourselves just thinking that we have to do it, right? That we don't have to have the resources that we can reach out to get the support that we need. So Felicia, what are you saying here? Monday's on my best day as well. It's called Reset Day. Oh, I love that. Reset Day. Mondays are Felicia's reset day. So I'm just saying, we got plans out here. People that are, they have ambition, they have aspirations, they have a goal in mind. Then they are truly productive, because they know exactly how to spend their time, because they know what they're trying to achieve. So if you don't have identification of your purpose, of your passion, and you're just going about life flying by the seat of your pants, then we need to work together, because we got to get you on track so that you can be more productive and you can have peace of mind as you increase your productivity and move past being just busy, just doing stuff just because it's there, just because somebody asked you, just because you thought that you had to do it. We need to get clear. Tidra, I had to learn that everything is not a fire drill. Yes, everything is not a fire drill, even in corporate. I'm telling you, when you're in corporate, everything is a fire drill. They ask you for it today, but they needed it 2 days ago. Now their procrastination is your emergency. So, you have to truly have that self-identification and that awareness within yourself so that you'll know what tasks you need to tackle, whether it be in love, life, or business, right? Corporate, wherever you are. So it's true. You have to identify what is truly urgent, what is not, right? What's important, what is not, right? So we have to get clear on that. It's okay to say, let me check yes, it's definitely okay to say, let me check my calendar. Let me tell you, my bag is across the room, so I don't have it right here, but I keeps a calendar. Keeps with an S. Because I'm just saying, the way my mind's set up these days, I can't trust it all the time. So either it's in my phone or it's on my written calendar. Most of the time it's in both spaces because I may not always have my calendar. Like I may just have my phone so I can quickly address or look at my calendar and see what's going on. So Tidra, what are you saying now? I'm glad told me about that. Oh yes. Yes. Look forward to that in corporate because that's what's going to happen. Right. And oftentimes, even in those situations, right, you have a manager that you're reporting to, or you have a team that you're leading. And when these different directives come across your desk, most often you don't really have an opportunity to say, oh no, I can't get that to you today. You gotta make time to get that thing done when it is requested of you, right? So even though you may have already identified something that was urgent from your task list, when your manager comes in and asks for a particular request, you may have to shift some things around and reassess. Do y'all hear that noise? Cause I do. My husband. Yeah, if y'all hear any extra noise, that's what it is, okay? So, Tidra, what else you say here? I'm glad you told me that. Yep, honey. I'm just saying. So get prepared if you're not already out there. But even in your business, right? When you're running your own business, you have to be cognizant of what's important and what's not. Especially if you're just starting out, because chances are if you're just starting out, you're a one-man show, one-woman show. So you have to be very intentional about how you spend your time. And as I tell you in the beginning, for those of you who are just joining, I'm Dr. Jatun Dorsey, Amazon best-selling author, speaker, life and business coach, professor, corporate chick, all this stuff, right? So that's why I had to share some principles, some tried and true principles in my book, Intentional Living, that was released earlier this year. However, because it's December and we are approaching a new year, and even though December comes around at the same time every year, we tend to forget that, the year is ending. So we get in this phase of where we're now concerned. We didn't achieve this. We didn't do that. But now the new year is coming up and I'll just wait until, New Year to set some resolutions. No, we're not doing that. Not on my watch. So I'm holding you accountable as I am holding myself accountable as well as I go through this 30-day challenge, because I'm challenging you to get into action today. No reason to wait, right? You don't have to wait on Joe to graduate from high school or wait for you to pay off your student loans and all that stuff, because as soon as that's resolved, something else will come up and you'll have a new reason as to why you need to delay, right? So what is my girl Felicia saying? Steps to finding a good coach, because damn, a few workshops and was disappointed. Oh, they look good socially, but was always at and making y'all know me statements help. Oh, I've heard that so many times. I hate that because it makes it harder for coaches like me, right? So I think that's a great question, Felicia. Although that's not the topic I'm talking about today, I think that's a good topic to have, or to discuss rather. I think when you are looking for a coach, it's important to do your research. I've made the mistake as well when I first had an interest and desire to build my own speaking and coaching platform, right? And I thought, as I mentioned earlier, that I would get with an expert that was already doing it, right? And learn from the tricks of the trade that they're implementing, right? But I don't think I did the research that I should have done initially. So I can tell you from that lesson, I would first encourage you to do some research, right? So look at what the testimonials are. Look at some of the tried and true results of their programs, right? Connect with some people, reach out, especially if you're connected to a lot of folks, and if you're connected to some folks that are connected to that coach that you're looking into, reach out to them and see, have they experienced that coach, right? To see what the credibility is behind that person. So you've got to do some research, and I wouldn't take that lightly because coaches can be pretty expensive, right? But it can be very well worth your time and your investment if you choose the right coach. So be clear first about what it is that you need out of a coach. Hey, Tondalyn, thanks for joining, sister. So be very clear about what it is that you need before you even reach out to the coach, right? And then once you identify, I would say at least 4 coaches, because there's so many coaches out there, right? Even consider the fact of having a coach that's local so that you can meet in person and do somewhat of an interview of the coach before you make the investment. I mean, they're interviewing you too. So ask the questions that you need. And most of the time, I know even with my programs, and Felicia, talk to me if this is helping you, if you have any more questions as I continue to go through this. But if you're asking the right questions and you're preparing, most coaches will have somewhat of a discovery session that's typically complimentary, right? It may be 15 minutes, it may be 30 minutes. I know mine are 30 minutes. So look into that as well. So that's an opportunity to get a feel of the coach and see if it's a fit, right? Any good coach will do the same. They want to make sure that it's a fit for them because they need to know exactly what your goals are, because what they're coaching on or about may not align with what your goals are. So if you're meeting with me, you're taking the time out of your schedule, and likewise I am, regardless of if it's the discovery session or not. I need to determine, is this something that I can truly help this person with, right? I don't want to waste anybody's time or anybody's money, right? Because I need you to be respectful of mine. So if I feel that it's something that you need that I may not be able to provide, then I have a Rolodex, so to say, of some other coaches that I can then recommend, right? Thanks, Felicia. So that tells me it helped a little bit, at least. So I hope that answered that question. So guys, if you're just tuning in, make sure that you share this out. Okay, give me some heart love, thumbs up. Let me know you're there. Let me know if you have any questions, if you're getting any aha moments at this moment, right? So we were talking about mastering one task at a time, and that is principle 10 in my book, Intentional Living, 30 productivity principles to achieve peace of mind. We are on this 30-day challenge for productivity, right? We are leading right up to 2018. We are starting now. We are not waiting until 2018. It's time to get started now. It's time to make some moves right now. Oh, thanks, Felicia. I would love that. I would love that. Thank you so much, sis. So thanks for the heart love, Tondalyn. So if you missed the first part of this video, matter of fact, if you missed 1 through 9, as I always encourage, please make sure that you go back, catch the replays, because my book, Intentional Living, was titled Intentional Living for a reason. And these principles are organized in a way of which it helps you achieve peace of mind, right, while increasing your productivity in an organized and strategic manner. So not to say that if you're joining me right now, you need to drop. No, I'm not saying that. Stick with me. But you should go back and catch the replay so that when you join me tomorrow, because I'll be looking for you, Felicia, Tidra, Tondalyn, who else did I have on here? I can't scroll, I don't think. Oh, yes, I can. Look at God. Bruce. I see y'all. Emily, Marlon. Okay. So all of you, I'll be looking for you guys, right? And your friends, and your family, and your enemies. Remember, we already talked about all that. We shared it out. We're getting the word out because this is some good content. And I hope that you are being the type of person that I hope that you are. And that is sharing, because sharing is caring, right? Okay, so we are almost at 25 minutes. Lord, how did that happen? No, it's always good when we're having good conversation. So I enjoyed that. So today was topic 10. Tomorrow obviously will be topic 11, principle number 11. We will go through that topic as well as we progress into a new week, right? As I mentioned earlier, a Sunday of what? A Sunday well spent leads to a week of content. So make sure that you are getting your plans together for the week. Like, I know it's a little late in the evening today, so if you hadn't already thought about this and I just triggered this thought, this is your takeaway. This is your action for today. That is to go and sit in a quiet space and identify what it is that you want to accomplish. Even if you can only do it for the first 3 days, I understand, right? Because again, it's later in the day today, but get something planned out so you can tell yourself in the morning, this is what I'm bringing to the day instead of what is the day bringing to me. So before I close out, as I typically do, got to remind you of a few things. So hang on, don't you go anywhere, okay? So Date with the Dorseys. As you know, my husband and I have a podcast called Date with the Dorseys. So we are posting new episodes each week. So make sure that you're looking out for that episode to drop this week. You just never know what we're going to talk about. Okay. So we talk about topics that are, aligned with the 5 F's. And I'm just going to say that because that means that you got to go back, listen to some past episodes and catch up and find out what the 5 F's are. Okay. So make sure that you do that. Make sure you tune in. We'll be having a contest, right? A contest. That means you can have a chance to win. That means it's free. And this is a good kind of free. But you'll win a date with the Dorseys, an actual date with the Dorseys. So I hope that you continue to tune in to those episodes so you can take advantage of that opportunity. And then my survey, remember, I told you guys I've been in the kitchen. Some people say in the lab, either way, but I've been mixing up some ingredients, right? I got this thing brewing. I need to put it in the oven, but I don't want to bring it out, serve it to you, and you looking at it like, no, I don't like that dish, right? I'm allergic to that. So I need your feedback. I need you to fill out the survey. It will take you less than 5 minutes. I think there may be 6 questions, right? But it will take you less than 5 minutes to answer. Now, as I always say, I got your back, right? So I wouldn't ask you to do something and not reciprocate because I know it takes time out of your busy schedule just to do that. So with the survey, you have an opportunity to win as well. So I'll be doing a drawing at the end of either this month or the very beginning of January to identify a winner for completing the survey, and that person will win 2 copies of one of my, goodness, I can't get it out. A copy of 2 of my books, right? Signed, sealed, and delivered from me. So I want to make sure that I get that out to you. I'll be sharing the link when I post out this video as I have done with the previous videos. So make sure that you look for that link and complete the survey. It won't take you much time. Let me see what my folks are saying. Content. Wow, love it till you do. You like that, Tondalin, huh? Yes, teacher. See, teacher, she giving y'all a little teaser about that date with the Dorsey. She said, develop a fortune state of mind. I'm just saying, you got to catch the episode to figure out what we're talking about. She said, that's her song. See, y'all got to hear it. You got to catch up with it. Bake it up and rake it up. Yes, I've been telling everyone 2018 is my year to rake it up. You gotta have your own little mottos. And that's one of mine for 2018. So yeah, complete the survey, catch the date with the Dorseys. Then also, as I have been talking about my book that I am using and discussing in this 30-day challenge, right? Intentional Living, 30 Productivity Principles to Achieve Peace of Mind. That is a book that talks about practical tips, tried and true tips that I have used in my life to increase my productivity while remaining stress-free, right? But guess what else? I got the Intentional Living book 2 coming out, and it's the anthology coming out early 2018. And listen, I got some co-authors on this book that are just spilling the beans, right? So when I talk about practical tips in my first book, this book that I'm the visionary of, we're sharing lived experiences, right? So actual challenges that we have faced in life. But more so than that, we're talking about how we intentionally, right? How we intentionally overcame those challenges. What is it that we really did in those instances to get us where we are today? So I hope that you're looking for that information as well. The co-authors have already started dropping out teasers. So I hope you are following me. They're tagging me. And if you follow me and you see their tag, make sure you follow them as well, right? Because again, this is going to come out early 2018. So I am so excited. And Teacher is actually one of the authors. I see she's on. So yes, we are, I'm just saying, y'all, it's a little hot. I'm just saying. So you got to make sure that you are following us, that you are supporting, that you are sharing, liking, loving, all of that. So I hope that you will continue to do that because we are going to have a ball next year, sharing that book, having the launch party, having the book signing, all that good stuff. We got some nice things that we are working on and planning for this book to release next year, early next year. The manuscript has already been submitted, so we are ready to go. Or as Martin used to say, we're ready to go. So make sure that you are following us and stay connected so you can hear about that. And then the very last thing before I shut down here is the Intentional Living Online Institute. If you haven't liked my page, make sure you like my page at DRJATUN on Facebook, right? I'm also on Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, right? Goodness, Pinterest, all that, at DRJATUN. Or you can go to my website, which you see in my lower third there, drjatun.com, so that you can connect with me and make sure that we remain connected beyond this video, right? Yes, Felicia, we will definitely invite you, love. And Tondalyn, you know this is not my second book. This is actually my fourth book if we don't include my dissertation, right? So I've got 3 books right now. So we're working on the 4th and then my dissertation. Lord, I got to remind myself. So yeah, I'm well published now. So thanks for that though. Let's see. Teacher, she just confirming, Felicia, that you will be invited. So, so look out for that invitation. We will be posting more information on that. But the Intentional Living Institute, make sure that you check that out as well. Again, this is another link that I will include with the video once I upload it. And this is an online self-paced course, right? And this is going to be changing in January. However, during the time that I'm doing this 30-day challenge, I am also offering this course for $5 a month. It's a membership, right? But with the membership, you can cancel at any time. However, I would encourage you to check it out because you won't want to cancel it. It's just re-emphasizing the things that we've talked about here, but giving you some actual work. Right? I know I can talk here and get you pumped up and tell you all about it, but in the coursework, you get audios and or videos, right? You get some worksheets, you get some take homes and some more. So I need you to go check this out. $5. I mean, that's like, I know somebody on here buying Starbucks every day. I mean, just skip Starbucks just a couple days and you know, you got your $5 for your course. Sometimes you gotta sacrifice in order to improve, right? So with that, I want to close out again. This is Dr. Jatun Dorsey. I am your success synergist, right? Remember, that means that together, in synergy, we work together for you to achieve the success that you have in your mind, the success that you have envisioned for yourself. But we got to do it together. Like, as a coach, that doesn't mean I do the work for you. That doesn't mean I just hand everything to you, right? Even, you know, just like in class when I'm teaching my students, I can't just give it to you, right? I got to help you build those muscles so that when we are done with the program, you can walk on your own in that field, in that area, right? So make sure that you connect with me because I would love to remain in contact with you. Again, I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter at DRJATUN. I enjoy coaching love, life, and business. Particularly, I love teaching parallelpreneurs, right? That means that you are probably doing something else in addition to your corporate job. But I like to teach those individuals how to launch their business, right? Skillfully manage their time while also living up to all the commitments that you have in your career, but also living out your passion and your purpose, but in a stress-free zone. That last part right there, I'm just saying, every time I say it, it gets me. Because we got a lot of things going on, but we're not living in a stress-free zone. That rhymed. I don't know. I could be a one-hit wonder with Vanilla Ice. Right? We're trying to do everything on our own and not living in a stress-free zone. Y'all might need to hashtag that one. Tumbling. Yes, I see you did forget about that. And teacher says hashtag goals. Hey, Rashonda. Thanks for joining, love. I was actually just closing out. Thanks for the heart, love, and I'm sure you'll be able to catch the replay when you have some downtime, but we were just closing out. So, ladies and gents, thank you again for tuning in for day 10. I hope you've enjoyed this because if you did, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day, even if you catch the replay, okay? So, again, it has been yet another day. What day are we on? Day 10 of the Day 30 Productivity Challenge with Dr. J. So guys, I hope you have a awesome rest of your Sunday. Make sure that you do your homework. What was the homework? I can't hear y'all. The homework was to reassess. Set aside a few minutes tonight, to plan for your week, even if it's just for the first 3 days and you can come back and finish the rest of the week later in the week. But do something today so that you can greet your day and say, this is what I'm bringing, right? I'm not asking you what you're bringing to me Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm bringing this. So what are you bringing to your day? With that, I'm going to officially close out. Y'all know I love to talk. I'll say I'm closing out and I'll keep talking. But this time we have got to go because I got to grab me a bite to eat. And I will talk to you all tomorrow, okay? Let me make sure I didn't miss anything on the last comments. Yes, yes, yes. Plan for your week. All right, guys. Thanks for joining. I will talk to you tomorrow. See you soon. Bye for now.